Good morning, guys, or I guess I should say good afternoon. It's Marsha coming at you live, and I just came and wanted to share some things with you this morning. I thought that I would see if I've got a couple of my friends that want to pop on here today. I want to talk about how it is to wake up and feel like, oh my gosh, my day is totally gone. Like, what have I done? So, hey Patricia, hey Lindy, hey Dennis. So when you wake up in the morning, what do you do? Like, how do you start your day? Hey Carmen, I have stayed up super late the last few nights. So this is my morning. And the most important part of the day is definitely going to be morning. Hey Rosemary. So what I thought I would do is I thought I would kind of combine some things, make some breakfast, show you guys how I do my little routine. So what I've already done is I've already gotten some devotion time in. Hey Sherry, I've already listened to a little Brian Tracy to kind of get my mind focused. And guess what that was on? Starting your day out and how that goes. Hey Terry. So the first thing that I try to remember to do, and I don't know if any of you guys do this or not, but it helps me to feel better. If you want keto flu, please never take any kind of vitamins or electrolytes because you definitely will do yourself that favor. So I just take some vitamins. And that's part of my morning everything. Vitamins are super, super important. The other thing that I like to do is I like to kind of wait to have breakfast and take advantage. Mindset, that's right, and getting still, most definitely. I like to take advantage of just kind of taking my time with breakfast. That is one of the pluses of working from home, so I can do that. So for those of you who have a regular 9-to-5 job, you might want to wait until lunchtime because we heard breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But nowhere in that does it say you have to have it at 8 a.m. Not going to happen. So I'm just going to take a bowl. I'm not a real big eater either. So I'm going to make 2 eggs just to make it look pretty. But normally, quite honestly, I only go and usually eat 1 egg. Hey, Barbara. So, with that being said, I'm just doing this for you guys, and I'll probably call my daughter over, hey, Loretta, and have her help me out. Or maybe Matthew. Matthew, my son, who's 18, has started keto today. Oh, I'm super excited. So I'm just going to put a little pink Himalayan salt and a little bit of pepper. And whenever I do cook my eggs, I feel like the key to good fluffy eggs, hey Kimber, is, well, my daughter says she puts a little heavy whipping cream or a little water in it. I've heard both. But I believe that beating them is super, super, super important. So I'm just going to take a little whisk. You can take a fork and just whisk them up. Now, you do not want to scramble your eggs in the pan. You want to scramble them before they go in the pan. I have seen some people do them in the pan. They just don't really turn out that great to me. Now, one of the great things about keto, if you know keto, thanks for sharing, Lisa. If you know all about keto, is the fact that we can have butter, real butter. And I'm going to show you the butter that I like to use, especially for things that I really want it to take on the flavor, like crab legs or eggs. It's called Plugra. It's a European butter. I always use the salted kind because, believe it or not, you need a lot of sodium on keto. And you know, I live in a camper, so I don't have full size mirrors. And hey, Suzanne. And so I'm standing here, and if you're doing keto and you see yourself and you just catch yourself for a minute, it's like, what? Is that me? So yeah, it's me 7 months after keto. I'm loving it. So I'm just going to take that I whipped up there, and I'm going to use my butter, and I'm not going to be real sparing with the butter this morning because I want that good high fat and that flavor. So I'm probably using about a tablespoon. Let that melt in there. And the other thing, if you do not have an air fryer, let me tell you, how do y'all cook your bacon? Drop below. Do you put it in the oven? Do you put it in the air fryer? Do you fry it? How do you do it? Hey, Wisconsin. How you doing, Julie? So how do y'all do your bacon? Because this morning what I did is I just popped on my air fryer. Thanks for sharing, Loretta. And I put the temperature on 320 and cooked it for 10 minutes. And with this particular air fryer, I'm going to take some detail and then shook it around in there. Put it back on for another 10 minutes. And y'all, this is oven. Barbara does the oven. This is perfect bacon, guys. 20 minutes at 320 degrees in my air fryer. Now, the thing that I noticed about this air fryer that's different from my dad's, this is a Dash, and I think it's the 6 quart. It's really super small. I don't have the problem with the heat melting anything. A lot of times the heat will melt from regular air fryers, will melt. Sherry fries hers. So this one does not. So just so you know, if you've had an air fryer and you were turned against air fryers because they melted them, do not be, because the Dash is amazing. I got it at Target for like super duper cheap. I don't know, maybe it was 40 bucks. I think I've seen them for 100. So it was super awesome. Y'all, I just love this little thing. This is my little pampered chef. So I'm going to show you kind of a couple little tips and tricks about doing eggs. Hey, Sherry. So we got some in the oven now. It isn't good in the oven, but I'll tell y'all what. Look at that. That is like perfect bacon, right? It's the perfect crispiness. Well, I don't know. Well, how do y'all like your bacon? You like it like burnt? We could cook it a little longer for you guys. But the mess is just no mess. Like, it doesn't mess up my oven. It doesn't mess up my stove. Hey, Sherry, I'm just doing some breakfast and talking a little bit about how we start our day. Sometimes we kind of get in a rush. So I don't want the butter to get brown, which I think mine did a little bit. And I'm going to tell you, the key to this, no, there's not a lot of grease in the air fryer. The key to this, with my eggs, they are a little brown because I waited talking too much, but I'm just folding them over, really. I don't want to beat them, like I said, in the pan. So this is going to make them that light and fluffiness. Now, they are a little brown looking because, you know, I waited too long because I was talking to you guys, but that's okay. I'm still going to eat them. So I've got a fair amount of butter in there, you know, but that's okay. And for those of you who are always like, I can't see where the words are, just take your finger and swoop the words to the right, and then you can suddenly see everything on the screen. Isn't that cool? All right, so these are a little brown. You could use, besides butter, you could also use baking grease, which is super fine as well. So they are nice, light, and fluffy. And then there's very little grease in these. Like, it doesn't get crazy. And it has a little, like, drainer, whatever, at the bottom. And so my bacon doesn't even have to be put on a napkin or anything. So super easy. Oh, I'm sorry, it's blurry for you, Sherry. Y'all know my internet provider is kind of crazy. So what I wanted to talk to you about is, for those of you who just wanted to know how to do a quick, easy breakfast with some good scrambled eggs, here you go. It's done. It's over. You can shut me off now. For those of you who want to know how to really start your day strong, it really all starts in your mind and in your actions when you start your day. So, like, the first hour of your day is going to set the tone for everything in the whole day after that. So I'm going to tell you how I know that. Yesterday, I started my day out just like, skirt! Everything that demanded attention to me from the time I opened my eyes, got it. Like, I was just in a reactive mode, not a proactive mode. And in that, by the end of the day, I was just ragged, tired, worn out, and felt like my sense of accomplishment was greatly reduced because I wasn't in control of my day. I wasn't planning anything. Now, Brian Tracy was telling me this morning that, you know, you plan what you wear the day before. I'm not that much of a planner. I'm a little messy action kind of girl. So I'm a little slow to learn on that part. So, but what I do know is there's a few things that I want to start my day out with every day. Hey, Wally, Sharon, and Teresa. So the one thing that I do is I do dig into a good devotion, which guess what it was on today? Yes, where your focus is. So where your mind is, that's where you're going to be. All right. So the next thing is get a nice hot shower. Go ahead and get some good positive mindset in. Listen to some Brian Tracy. And then I thought, well, let me go ahead and do a live. And then I thought, wait a minute. Let's get ourselves in the, aw, yay, I'm so glad you got your package. I love sending surprises. You're welcome. Thank you. Hey, Jason. So whenever you get in the mindset, like, how do you want yourself to feel? So I know I don't need makeup. You know, my daughter tells me all the time, like, Mom, you don't need to put any makeup on. You're so pretty. Not that I think I'm that pretty, but I know I don't need makeup. But just a little bit. A friend of mine I go to church with, she's so funny. She's like, girl, every old barn looks good with a nice fresh coat of paint on it. It's okay. So I thought I would put my nice fresh coat on this morning. It's very lightly done, but I look at myself and it makes me feel more confident. It makes me feel better about me. I only have a t-shirt on, guys, but I'm looking like, if you don't take pictures of yourself, like you should, because I was a pretty heavy girl before this. Keto has definitely, thanks for sharing, Carmen. Keto has definitely changed my life for the better. Like, I've had gastric bypass, lost 200 pounds. I was 364 pounds. I lost 200 pounds and I gained 100 of it back. So at 264 pounds, I got back on this thing and now I'm in my 220s. Yay! I'm so happy. And if I didn't lose another pound, I would still be okay with where I'm at. I'm comfortable with myself. And how that happens is mindset. Like, you have to love you. Because I'm an emotional eater. Drop me a 2 below if you're an emotional eater, or a poop emoji if you're an emotional eater. Because I am an emotional eater. So the better my mindset is, the less emotional eating I'm doing. Now, keto will take your hunger away, absolutely. But it will not take that urge to emotional eat away. That's something you have to heal from the inside. That's something you have to work with every day. And that's why the early morning mindset is so, so important. So if you want to feel better on the inside, then you have to maybe sometimes do a little something on the outside. So, see, Lisa knows. There's my 2. So, whenever you're starting your day, it's so important for you to intentionally start your day. For you to think about what you're thinking about. So I see my emotional eaters out there. I see you guys. I feel you guys. And so that's what we want to do. We want to think about what we're thinking about. And some of you may say, well, that doesn't make any sense. Of course I'm thinking about what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking it. Well, let's think about it this way. All right? One thing that I've learned is you need to capture every thought. So even though a thought comes in your mind, that doesn't mean you need to think about it. You can take that thought and you can take it in captivity and you can throw it away. So how many of you, drop me a 3 below, and a sad face, how many of you have ever thought, I'm not good enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not small enough, I'm not popular enough, I'm not happy enough? How many of you have thought that about just yourself? Not even your life, but yourself. Like, if you have thought, like, I'm just not enough, okay? And every one of us that have had and struggled against weight, a lot of times, I can tell you, most of us have had those thoughts of, we're not enough. But guess what? You are. So what you do with that thought is you take that thought, because we can't help sometimes what pops in our mind, but we can help what churns in there. So you take that thought, that one tiny thought that says, I'm not good enough, and you say, I am good enough. Wait, stop, skirt. We're not going to listen to that, because that's garbage thinking. Because you are good enough, because you're wonderful. If no one's told you today how amazing you are, you're here right now. You are supposed to be here because you needed to be told you're wonderful. You have a purpose, you have a plan, and you're not garbage, and you're not less than, and you're not insufficient. You're sufficient for all things that are put in your life. Like, you were made to do certain things, right? Now, I want you to give me a big old heart or smiley face if you've ever had a place where you're like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing there. I got that, like, you stand in it, right? So when those thoughts come in your mind, it's a lot easier to celebrate and keep that momentum going. Last night I had some friends jump on one of my lives and I was like, oh my gosh, they came and watched me. I know they're super busy. Oh my goodness, they didn't just pop in, they just watched. And I'm like, oh, what? Hey, Edna. So you have to... And that resonated with me for hours. Like, and I woke up this morning, I thought, them girls was watching me last night. That's just blessed my heart, that I was important enough in their day for them to stop their day and pop in and see me. And so I try to do that into other people's lives too. Like my little gifties that I might send you a little something extra here and there or whatever, So the thing is this. You really, really, really need to think about what you're thinking about. So do you get it now? So like when that thought comes in your mind, now what do we do with poop? We flush it. We're not going to sit and let it linger around we're going to flush it. So what I want you to think is when you get one of those poopy thoughts, you think, let's flush it. So think about what you're thinking about. All those thoughts that aren't good, positive thoughts that are not serving you well, that are not helping you blossom, you flush them. You flush them. So the ones that are feeding into your soul, the people that are feeding into you, the people that are showing you love and encouraging you, those are the ones you want to keep around. So what do you do when you pick a flower? Flower's dying from the second you get it picked, right? But that's okay. Because what you can do with that flower, you pick it when it's got the bud on it. And then what are we going to do with the flower? Well, sometimes we might throw them away if we don't like someone that gave it to us. But, you know, in general, what we're going to do with that flower is we're going to go and we're going to find our prettiest vase that we can find. First of all, you probably worked to build that flower, right? You grew that flower. And it turned into such a beautiful thing. It started out a tiny seed. So you grew that flower. You're proud of that flower. You're going to get the prettiest crystal vase that you have. You're going to put water in there. You might pop a couple aspirins in there because you want it to last. And then you're going to take your scissors, your little kitchen shears, and you're going to cut those stems off, right? Because you're wanting to, you are focused on these flowers. Now, we don't focus in that toilet. We focus on these flowers. Hey, Lori. So when we take those flowers and we cut them real nice and we trim them, hey, Kristen, and then we're going to put them in the vase. We're going to put the water in there. We're going to put the aspirin in, and we make this beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, what happens every time you see that flower, right? It makes you feel great. Like flowers just make you feel great. But even more than that, flowers that you grow make you feel great. Flowers that you took the care and the time to nurture grew, and then they became even more beautiful. They become a part of you. So what you did is you took the thought of, hey, I'd like to pick a flower today. And then you thought about what you were thinking about, and you made it grow into something beautiful. Okay, so that's what we want. We want more flowers. So y'all find me some flower emojis and drop me some flower emojis, because that's what we want in our life. We want flowers. We want to grow. We want to share. Now, if you have flowers on your counter, that's going to share, right? People who come in are going to see that, and they're going to be encouraged, and it's like, oh, what beautiful flowers. If you ever got flowers at work, everyone comes by and is like, oh, yeah. Now, I'm here to tell you, nobody wants your bathroom business. Because I don't know of anybody that has went in a bathroom behind someone else and said, oh, I want some of that. No, nobody wants poop in their life. Nobody. Nobody wants poop in their life. So we need to remove that, flush it, get away with it. Thank you, Sherry. We need to flush the poop and flourish the flowers, right? So that's what I want you to focus on this week. This week, I want you to focus on your mindset. So, are you going to focus on poop in your life, or are you going to focus on flowers in your life? I know, for one, I want to focus on flowers, so drop me some flower emojis because I hadn't seen none yet. So y'all type the word flower and you should see a flower emoji come up. Hey, Madonna. So, hey, Vicky. What we want to do is we want to focus on the flowers. Does a flower come out of nowhere? No. It starts as a seed. It takes work. It takes dedication. It takes those routines. It takes getting up in the morning, doing your business, flushing it, and then focusing on the positive things. There you go, Vicki. Focus on the positive things. Focus on the blessings of all the good stuff that you have. And when you're doing that, when that mindset comes in of, I'm not good enough, you say, flush. Mindset is such an important part. Yes, it is. So because whenever I get in my mode, and yesterday I just was in a way. I was just in a way because I started my day wrong. I started my day upside down. I started in turmoil. I have calls to make. I have messages to answer. I have chats to participate in. I have all kinds of stuff to go on. But I knew what I needed to do was be here to talk to you. Because someone here today needs to know to flush the two and grow the flower. Flowers start with a seed. Hey, Terry. Thank you so much for sharing love. Flowers start with a seed. Now, not all seeds grow into something. So you may try something. So say, hey, I'm going to join the gym. I'm going to plant that seed. I'm going to join the gym. I did it. Drop me a 4 below if you've ever joined a gym and then you never went. That would be me. I went maybe 4 times. But I paid for that gym for quite a while. And then it became a burden. Seeds are not supposed to become burdens. Because it should be something that you love to do. That you enjoy doing. So when it became a negative thing, I had to get rid of it. I had to weed my garden. I had to get rid of it. All right. So then you think, well, that didn't work. Let me try something else. So now I've got my little watch, and it tells me my activity for the day. And I look for that little red circle to tell me, hey, You're making progress, because that's encouraging me. That makes me feel better. So what you need to do is you need to feed into people too. People, plug into those people. Like, if you just really get encouraged watching me, friend me, follow me, watch me. All right? That is so important for you to follow behind and share. Lisa got lots of flowers. For you to follow behind and share people who you really believe are genuine, who really are out there. I'm looking to change 1,000 lives this year. It sounds like a big number, but really it's not that much with your help. So like, if I have 10 people on here, and each one of those 10 people shares this with a friend, and then that friend shares it with a friend, before you know it, that's like 100,000 people, you know? So that's the goal that we want to shoot for, is that we want to be that pours in positive to other people. We want to be that encourager. We don't want to be the poop, y'all. We want to be the flowers. We want to be that thing that grows in someone's life and just is celebratory. Like, I want people, when they see me, come on, go, oh, yay, she's on, I gotta watch. Not, oh, God, here's this girl again. I just can't do this anymore. Now, I have a little of both out there, okay? I'll tell you straight up. I got a little of both followings out there. Some of them are like, ooh, that girl talks too much. I just want to know how to make bacon and eggs. That's why I said, all right, y'all cut it off now. But for those of you who are interested in more than bacon and eggs, I can help you learn how to do keto. I can plug you into an amazing group. Y'all comment group below. If you want to be in an amazing keto group, I will get you in. This group changed my life. This group fed into me. This group gave me positivity. Like, I would post pictures in this group that I wouldn't post anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I trust these people. They are so good to me. I get my recipes from there, my encouragement from there. It's just a great environment. Because I was in some of those other groups out there, y'all, and this is a secret group. So this ain't open to the keto police. I'm here to tell you. Like, this is not open to the negative Nilly, to the one that says, oh, you're doing keto wrong. I'll get you in, Sherry. Because there's no wrong way to do keto until you quit. That's a wrong way to do keto. So if you keep trying, thank you, Madonna. Madonna was one. She watched me for a long, long time before we actually connected. And then once we connected, the more she was brought into my group and into my people, and she feels the love and the encouragement, which is helping her on her journey. Because some of us, it's not, hey Gina, it's not just about the carbohydrates. It's about this. Like, carbohydrates, I can count those in an app. There's an app for that. There's an app for just about everything. And even so, there's an app for mindset too. Like, find yourself a good app that you can resonate with, whatever it is, if it's hypnosis, if it's waves, if it's a positive speaker, if it's a podcast. Plug into something that makes you feel good. If it's the sound of the ocean, you know, birds, classical music, download an app that does that, because that is feeding into your soul, your spirit, your mind, and it affects what you put in your mouth. Like, when you're in a really good mood and you're ready to go, like, the last thing you're thinking of is like, I need a snack. Because I'm a snacker. Drop me a 5 below if you're a vicious snacker. It's crazy. So I'm a snacker. I'll snack on anything. It just doesn't matter. And so I got to have some snacks. But that's whenever I'm emotional eating. And it's not boredom, because my life is super busy. But it's like overwhelmed or discouraged or like, oh, why is everything? And the more you do that, the worse it's going to be. So sometimes you just need to step back and find, I see you, Lisa. You need to step back and find what's going to encourage you. Whether it's a video that you go back on my page. I got like a video a day. So go back and watch something that makes you feel good about you. Because you are amazing. You can do this. You are one step away every time. So we start way back here, right? So like, people say that keto's going to kill me. Now, you can stay back here and turn around and listen to those naysayers. Or you can say, I'm watching this girl. She's for real. I think I'm going to watch her again and take that step forward. And then you're like, I think I'm going to become part of her group. See what this is all about. Because I can always leave if I don't like it, right? And the closer you get, the more you'll see, the more you'll experience. Let me look at her page. Let me go back and stalk on her a little bit. Y'all drop me a 6 below if some of you are stalkers. You know, I know you are. I know some of you are stalkers, okay? Because I stalk some of your pages too. You know, I want to know who's watching me. Hey, Brenda. So, I know y'all, some of y'all stalkers out there. Now, I don't want the crazy stalkers because I had a couple of those. I have to, whew, goodness, yes. But, so, stalk on someone's page and find out who they are, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, see. Like, if you go on my page, you're going to see my grandchildren. I'm describing you. Madonna, you already got my heart, girl. Like, you speak to my spirit. So, when you're out there, it's so much junk. Stalker, right? It's so much junk, and there's so many people that are not genuine. There's so many people that are not for real, for real. There's so many people out there that are just out there for their own self. Now I'm here to tell you, doing all this stuff and pouring into you guys, ultimately in the end, I do pretty well for myself, because when I'm doing this, guess what I'm working on? My mindset. I'm making my life better by pouring into your life. Hey, Sherry. So that's what I want to do. I want to pour into your life. If you love what you've seen today, or you want to be able to do this, like you want to be able to stand in your kitchen and just talk to people and say, if that's attractive to you, like I'm just telling you, message me. I can show you how to do the same thing, and not only do you change lives and help people to become better, but you can come join me in what I do. And I know some of you have no idea what I do, because I'm not out here to do that. But every now and again, whenever you get in my circle, you'll hear a little bit of tiny something here and there. And that's how I operate. I am not a pushy, like, ooh, I got something I want to sell you, because this thing right here, you got to have it. No, I have something in my life that works for me, that gives me a better. If you can be 1% better every day, and I'm going to tell you this every time I come live, I want you to be 1% better. Can you be 1% better today? Just one. Now, I'm a hot mess here, and I'm starting to get warm because I'm sitting next to this fryer. But I want you to be 1% better. So I want you to comment below 1%. Now, what does that 1% mean to you? I want you to tell me, what does that 1% mean to you? Does it mean that you start your day a little different, maybe listen to something? Does it mean that whenever that thought comes to your mind that is total poo, that you're just going to flush it? Does that 1% better mean that you're going to take the people that are weighing you down and you're going to take your focus off of them and put your focus on people that are feeding into you and fueling you and pouring back into your life? Hey, Debbie. Does that 1% mean that you're going to walk to your mailbox, or maybe you're the one that wants to join the gym? Not me, but maybe you. Is that 1% better being able to go play with your grandkids outside? Because today, that's what I was doing. I was out there with Bubbles with Ava, and it was so fun. Is that 1% better just saying, I'm tired of the overtime, I'm tired of the rat race, I'm tired of all the stuff. I love Lisa's toilets. That's right, flush it, Lisa. I'm tired of all the hustle and bustle. I have to slow down and think about what I'm thinking about. So when I tell you, think about what you're thinking about, I want you to think about 2 things. Are you thinking about poop, or are you thinking about flowers? So you have to make the decision. What is important to you? If this was so valuable to you today, I want you to share it out. And I want you to put something in the description. I want you to title this with who you're sharing it with. If you know someone, do the @ and type their name. If you think that they should hear this. If you think that they need a little more than bacon and eggs that are brown at that. The message is so much better than the brown eggs. If you know someone, tag them, but don't just tag them. After their name, I want you to write something in your own words. Of course, who else's words are you going to use, right? But don't use my titling. But I want you to tell them one little thing, the first thing that comes to your mind. If you share this to a group, do the same thing. So that is so important. And every single one of you that were on here today, you were meant to be here. This message is just for you. If someone's name came to your mind as I said that, I want you to do the @ and type their name. Or you can share this and send it in a message to them. because maybe someone in your life needs to hear they need to flush the poop. They just need to flush it. So I hope there's so many flowers in your life. Watch me, catch me on Instagram, hashtag KetoGammy, KetoGammy, and on YouTube, KetoGammy, KetoGammy, not Grammy, Gammy, Gammy, I'm the Gammy. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you so much for flushing. Everyone's thankful for you flushing the poop. And share your flowers, share your smile, share positivity, share this on your page, share it in your groups, share it with your friends. Let's be friends if we're not friends yet. So someone might have shared this and you don't know who I am. This is your first time listening to me. Drop me a 1 below because I want to connect with you. So let's build relationships. Let's get excited about all the wonderful things going on. If you want to know when I go live and you want to stay on top of things, go and send a text message to the number 81010. And the message I want you to send is the @ KetoG. KETOG at KetoG to 81010. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I hope I have planted some flowers in your morning and you get to have so many blessings in your day. Thanks so much and have a good day. Bye.